y is equal sine x, determine the amplitude of y minus 1.5 sine x, then graph y equal to minus 1.5 sine x and y sine x. To identify the amplitude of the function of trigonometric function is always the coefficient in front of the trigonometric function here. In this case, we have minus 1.5, but this amplitude is always taking the absolute value of whatever the coefficient is here. In this case, is a minus, so amplitude is 1.5. So 0.5 is going to be the amplitude of this function here. But now, if we wanted to graph the function y is equal to the sine x, and we want to see some comparison between y equal minus 1.5 sine x and y sine x, let graph first y is equal to the sine x. And we already know the range is from minus 1 to 1 of this function sine x. And we already know this period is going to be from 0 to 2 pi. Let's say 2 pi is here somewhere. Okay, and half of 2 pi is a pi. And here is half of the pi is a pi over 2. So we are dividing in a fourth region, 3 pi over 2. And if we are drawing the function, y is equal to the sine x, is going to be this way. So it's not going to surpass the 1. The 1 here is the maximum in pi over 2 is 1. And this goes something like this. So this is the function y is equal sine x. So here is a minus 1 is to this point, the minimum, and the maximum here is 1, and is where is the value pi over 2. So now if we want to sketch the graph of the function y is equal to minus 1.5, first of all, this is a minus here, but let's first find the function y is equal to the minus sine x. To find the function y minus sine x is a reflection over x-axis of the parent function y is equal to the sine x. So, and the reflection of this function over x-axis is going to be this way. So this is this function y. But now we want to graph this function. Okay, so let me graph this function with the blue here. So y is equal to the minus 1.5 sine x. And now amplitude is from the minus 1.5. So amplitude is 1.5. So the range of this function is going to be from minus 1.5 to 1.5. So this is going to be the range. And now, but because it has this minus 1.5 is going to be this way. Okay, so, but the period is the same period, just the amplitude changes. Just the amplitude changes. And this red function is this function. The graph of the function y is equal to minus 1.5 sine x is the red one.